Chuck here at Amish, PA. Welcome back to another video. Hey, last year, about April, we bought something called Beuta stones to do our edging in our lawn. Got a lot of comments on that, hundreds of thousands of views, and I thought it would be a great time a year later to do a video updating you on how it survived the winter. Well, what a better time to do it when I got this mountain of mulch just delivered this morning. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this Beuta stone as I mulch to see how well it's held up, how well it held in the ground, see if it has any splits or cracks in it, and just see if it's heaved or anything. I thought this would be a great time to give you this update. Well, here's one area where we installed the Beuta stone. It's around this dogwood tree in the front yard. Now the Beuta stone, if you don't know anything about it, comes in 4-foot sections, and you can actually put 3 of these 4-foot sections together to make a small circle. Well, this here is a 12-foot diameter circle that we used the Beuta stone for. And one of the reasons we got the Beuta stone, because we needed some type of edging that was at least 6 inches tall, and that's what this style is, 6 inches. We needed some type of edging to hold mulch in because we have chickens. And no matter what we do with the chickens, we clip their wings, they always find a way to get out. So we wanted to contain the mulch because they love mulch. And that's why we got the Beuta stone. In other areas of our yard, we have regular concrete formed stone. You can see around this edge here, up to here. And over here we have a 45-foot long raised bed that's made with a similar type of stone. You can usually find this at Home Depot, or you can find it at Lowe's. But that's a lot of work to put that in. That stuff is heavy. While this Beuta stone is lightweight. And I'll leave a link in this video to show you how I installed this Beuta stone last year. We didn't install this just in 4-foot sections. I actually put 6 or 7 sections together, snapped them together, and then put them into place and then nailed them. So you can see right here, Beuta stone is held in by long spikes. Now let's take a look at this. Now, we're in an area during the winter, it doesn't get extreme cold. We're not below 0, but what it does here is freezes and thaws constantly. You know, we're 15 degrees at night. We might rise up to 40 degrees during the day. You know, we might go, 20 degrees for a week, day and night. But then it warms up to 55 degrees, and this has not moved a bit. Now, I got some comments saying, oh, how's it gonna hold up? Well, this is after a year, and she's held up really well. Let's take a walk down this line here. Now, this line was put in with a string, and it's still perfectly straight all the way down here. This is a 200-foot run on both sides. Then we have another 200-foot run on the other side of the property, over on that side of the house. So we bought over 600 feet of this Beuta stone. When I was plowing snow this winter, I backed over this with the little tractor you just saw. I backed right over top of the Beuta stone with my back wheel. Didn't hurt it a bit. So I'm very pleased with this, how it's held up here over the last year. Now we're in southern Pennsylvania. Summer times 95 degrees. Winter time, you know, I get 10, 15 degrees. Hardly ever hits 0. But just wanted to tell you, this is really working out nice for us. And you can see here, the chickens really like to dig. I don't know if you can see that, but they're in here all the time. You know, they're in here digging, but it's held the mulch in exactly like we wanted. Let's take a walk around the back here. Say hi, Beatrice. Hi, Rosie. And here comes Reese. My 3 little girly goats. Well, let's go back here and I'll show you another area where we have the Beuta stone. Here's a smaller ring. I think this was 7 feet in diameter, something like that. I didn't cut any of these 4-foot strips, so I just made whatever size I could that looked good around the trees. So this is a smaller ring here, and over here is the other run that we have that's 200 feet front to back. And I did end this one right here because our property line goes up over a hump here, and I didn't really want to cover that up because this is our hosta hill. So this is covered in hostas in the summertime. But check this out. Let's see how solid this one is. Really good. Now I may grab a rubber mallet when I'm putting my mulch in this spring, and we might tap these in just to make sure they were in our place for the summer. But nothing's moved. And this is right here where I backed over. Oh, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's right in here next to this stump. This is where I backed over the Beuta stone with the tractor. Didn't move it, didn't even bend it over. Color hasn't faded at all. You can see the natural color there. You can see the, you know, the pebbling that they put in. You know, it's almost like it's a sandstone. They do make 3 or 4 different colors of this. But check this out. Look how solid that is. And when you put it in, you don't need to level it. My goodness gracious, you don't level this. From the front of our lot to the back, we have over 2 feet of elevation increase. And there's little bumps along the way. All I did was take the sod out and put the Beuta stone in, and it's able to go up and over gentle bumps because it flexes. Not only does it flex left and right, it can flex up and down. Now I got a lot of comments saying, hey, that's really expensive stuff, you could use stone. You know what? We had 2 estimates for coming in here and putting borders in, you know, with real nice cobblestone. One was cobblestone for $30-something thousand. The other one was cement block, the cut cement block or split cement block, and they wanted $15,000 to line both sides of the property like this. And all I needed to do was have something that looked nice and held the mulch in place. That's all I wanted. So we went around, we checked this Beuta stone, and we went to one of the retailers here in Lancaster County, and we checked it out and we talked to them about it. They had it installed already for 3 years at their place, and it wasn't moving. I asked him, I said, does this move? He goes, no, not in the least. And they had put the river rock behind it, you know, the stone about that big. So instead of mulch, they used river rock, and hadn't moved at all. It still looked great. So I'm not worried about this, you know, fading, breaking, chipping, cracking. This is pretty heavy duty stuff. I'm going to leave a link to the installation that we did last year to show you how we put this in. And I put all this in of Beuta that I put in 4-foot sections, and it probably took 7 hours from start to finish. And every section comes with its spikes. So you buy this, I think it's in boxes of 4, so you get 16 feet, all the spikes you need for one price. And they do have free shipping. You can get it through Amazon. Now they also make an end cap for this. So here's an end cap. You can see it's not slotted, because every one of these pieces, these 4-foot sections, is slotted. It's like a tongue and groove fitting. Like, I can see if I can find one for you. Oh, let's see. Oh. Gee, it's tough to even find where you put them together. It's just a slot. It's a slot with a tab. They go together. You pound them together with a hammer. Or you can step on them and push them together. But that's how they go together. They're not coming apart, you know, unless you want them apart. People are saying these aren't going to last very long. Let me show you something I used, probably 10 years ago now. It's these Suncast. They're edging. It looks like this, and you can see the way they look. I pulled this one up so you could see it. Can you see down underneath there? These are just your cheapy bordering. You know, we put it around this fence. We put it around here along the side of the house just to hold these flower beds into place. And we didn't need a big tall edge, so we put this stuff in. That was like 10 years ago, and it's not even close to being as heavy as the Beuta stone. This hasn't faded, hasn't split, hasn't broke. I was pretty impressed with this stuff, because this whole side of the house, we had big windows in here, and we had some guys come in. They took all those windows out. They framed it all up, insulated it, put these windows into our sunroom here, and they were stepping on these for 3 days. They weren't even hurt. Cheapy stone made out of a poly resin, not even near as heavy as this Beuta stone over here. And I'm sure this is going to hold up really well. We've been pleased with the Beuta stone. I think you'd be pleased with it also. You might have a little sticker shock. You say, oh, that's really expensive. But when you start looking at the time and the effort that you put in installing real stone or the concrete form stone, this is so much easier. And I'm no spring chicken anymore, and I really didn't want to lug, 20 tons of stone around my yard putting it in. So we found this to be a great alternative, and I think you guys would love it too if you tried it. Well, this is Chuck at Amish PA. I hope this update helps you, and I'll leave a link to the original video so you can see how we installed this. You can read through the comments, all the naysayers, but there's a lot of people that looked at this and said, you know what, for our situation that would be perfect. And I do live here in Lancaster County. Lots of Amish around here, and you see this Beuta stone a lot in their yards, and it's held up for them, and I think it'll hold up for you also. Okay, well, have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. I'm gonna get to mulching. I got 20 yards of mulch out here, and without that tractor that would take me days, but I think I'll be able to get that finished in about a day. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.